Hi there. Um, some of my class participants lately have asked for videos or at least audio recordings of practices. So I think I'll make one right now. And it's going to be kind of a shorter, quicker one. Our classes are usually 1 hour to 75 minutes. Um, and I know a lot of people aren't going to do that at home, right? So do something a little quicker, and you can certainly, just leave out a part you don't want to do on a given day, but it'll pretty closely replicate, what we do in class for the most part. Okay, so we're going to start with Satya, which is all that stuff we do on the floor, on our back mostly. And then we start to rise up, and I'll do a little bit of strengthening, a little bit of balance, and some shoulder opening. So just do the parts you want and forget the rest, or do the whole thing, or let me know if there's something else you'd like to see specifically. Happy to make videos for y'all. So, okay. So for now, no props are necessary. Of course, if you're seated, I suggest being on a block or a bolster or something to elevate your hips. But let's just go down to the floor and start in Shavasana. Oh, look at that. I'm almost yawning already. Okay. So here we go. We're down on the floor and you're just going to release. We're going to start from 0. So we just soften and release. Let your hips soften. These little hip points maybe get wider feeling. They may not move much, but there's like a feeling of release across the front of the hips, front of the pelvis there. Same with the shoulders. Sometimes they ride up, right? We're kind of tight. Just see if you can let the shoulders release. Let your collarbones get wide. If you have the room, just spread your arms as wide as comfortable. And even from here, we can just open the palms nice and wide, especially if you drive a lot or use a phone or screen, keyboard, etc. Just stretch the palms, open wide, little back bend for the hands. Might find one is like more mobile than the other, very common for the dominant hand to have some restrictions. And then release that, maybe even fold your fingers into a fist. You can roll your knuckles towards your wrist and then go back open to a wide open palm. And then just do a little vinyasa right there, right? Make the fist, curl it in, open wide. Just a few of those. Again, it's about opening the hand and the wrists, but it's also just starting to tune into how you feel and what's going on. It gives you something to be mindful about. So let's start here. I'm going to take my arms into a goalpost position, and legs will be closer together. We often do class to start, well, we often start class with this one, right? Inhale, push out through the right heel as though you're pressing a button with your right heel. Exhale, release that leg. Inhaling to the other side, push out through the left heel. Exhale, release that leg. And you go back and forth. Inhale, push out through the right heel. You can draw the top of the right foot back towards your shin and exhale, release. Inhale to the left side. And so you're just going back and forth and not hurrying your breath along, right? Just let the movement take as long as your breath takes. And then release it. And go all the way back to 0, all the way back to neutral before going to the other side. Then we're going to add the arms. So the next time we're on the right side, inhale, push right heel away, slide and extend right arm straight overhead. Open palm to the sky. Exhale, back to the starting position. Inhale to the left side, slide and extend the left hand. Exhale, return to the start. And so this is a lot of why I use this blanket, right? Inhale, we slide, we glide. My arm pretty much stays on the floor. A little bit of the elbow comes up. But really, when I do this on a yoga mat, I start catching either my clothes catch or my hair catches. And I really want this to be smooth and fluid with very little resistance. The slicker you can find a surface, probably the better, right? No resistance. This isn't like a strength kind of thing. And you can always add the head, right? So we turn the eyes away from the outstretched arm. And then we return back to 0. And we slide, extend the other side, and rotate the head, again, away from the outstretched arm. And just go on with this for as long as you like. Great one. You can even do this. Well, you'd have to have a pretty big bed to stretch your arms and feet and still stay in your bed. But you could do this right out of bed or mostly in bed. So when you're done, you just release. Take those few breaths to notice any sensations that are new and arising, anything calling your attention in your body. Just notice it. Don't worry about what it means or what's going on. Just take note. Let's go to the next thing. We'll take our feet to the floor with knees bent. Arms can stay in goalpost. And we inhale, arch the low back just a bit as the chin rocks towards chest. And exhale, bring the back down as the chin rocks away. And you can lift the tailbone like you're changing the direction it points more upward. Okay. So we inhale, we arch, and we tuck the chin. And we exhale, bring the back down, rock the chin away. Scoop the tailbone. And back and forth. Inhaling into your movement and exhaling into the other movement. And just keep that going. Again, follow your breath. Let the length and duration of your own breath decide how long this whole thing takes, right? No need to feel like you're at the biggest arch you can manage, so you got to turn your breath around. It's not the way it works. And we're just rocking cranium sacrum, gently pumping fluid, cranial sacral fluid, or cerebral spinal fluid, bathing the brain, the spinal cord, and it goes out into many of the nerves that can emanate from the spine. I'm not sure if the cerebral spinal fluid goes all the way to the end of the nerves or if it kind of fades out at some point. Something to look into. But anyway, we're just moving and pumping that fluid here. And release, finding stillness. Again, notice sensations that are new, anything arising. You can extend the right leg onto the floor, keep the left knee bent. And inhale, swing left knee to the right, roll to right outer leg. Upper body stays put, left shoulder. Imagine there's a sandbag on your pecs there, your chest. Exhale, come back to the start. Inhale, swinging into the movement. And exhaling, back out. Yeah, so that left shoulder sometimes wants to creep up and pop up, and let's try to avoid that. We start to push the left knee, right, that left knee towards the right foot. Push that away, stretch open the front of the hip right here. And there's some pressure on the inner arch of my foot there, right? Exhale all the way back. And you're going at your own pace, of course. For the sake of expediency, I'm just going to add arms to this. Let's go ahead. Inhale, swing the knee, rock to the outer hip, slide and extend the left arm if your left knee is bent. This time, shoulder will pop off the floor. Exhale, return back to zero. Inhale into the movement, slide, extend left arm. Pretty long on the left side body, the wide side. Here we go, back to neutral. And just keep that going. Nice for the shoulder, right? Nice for the chest. Get a big long opening from the kind of the outer knee right up through the fingertips. Of course, there's lots of ways you can do that. Movement with the arms, but that's just one. So let's switch it over. Exhale, release, go to the other side. Inhale, swing the right knee. We'll start just the legs for starters, right? Lower body only. Right shoulder stays put. Exhale and return. And just a handful in this way, on this side. Trying to keep it pretty balanced one side to the other. We don't want to encourage asymmetrical stuff in our body, but I mean, it's there regardless. And one side might be very different. Again, for me, this side is more restricted. My dominant right leg, right kind of lower back and stuff is tighter than my left side. And just keep going, keep working with that. Okay, we'll add the arms. So next time we go, we inhale, swing the right knee to the left, slide the right arm straight, and exhale, return. Slide the arm, exhale, return. Just a few more. I almost feel like the inhale is a gust of wind filling into a sail, filling up the sail, your body behind billows and grows, and the wind dies down. The exhale, and you come back to neutral. Let's do one more. And back to Shavasana. Do one shoulder thing just for the sake of kind of having a well-balanced practice here. Let's go ahead and just take the arms into a steeple, palms together in front of the chest, above the heart. Legs are, maybe wide-ish. You could also have your knees bent, whatever you prefer. And we just start to kind of pendulate, right? So we take the arms over, my left shoulder comes off the floor, and then over to the other side, nice and slow. If you want to move with breath here, you could inhale as you tip to the side, and exhale back to vertical. Inhale to the other side. Exhale back to vertical. And you don't have to follow that, right? If it feels more natural to exhale as you tip, then you do that, okay? And if it feels more natural to inhale as you come up, that's what you do. Listen to your body. Either way is fine. And honestly, for this stuff, you don't necessarily have to synchronize movement with breath. I'm going to go a little further now. I'm going to let that left hip pop up and bring the hands to the floor, probably going off the camera. And up and over to the other side. I'll hit the wall if I go that far this time. But for demonstration purposes, I went all the way over. So you find your range of movement. And you're bringing some twisting and some shoulder stuff here. It's a lot, kind of little pieces. And finish up. Hands up. And you can take your hands to the floor or your belly, your choice. Okay. Do one more shoulder, I guess. I think I'll break this video into parts. So we'll have the Satya part, and we'll do some other pieces. You can kind of string it together how you see fit. So I'm going to take my hands up above my chest as such, right? Each hand grabbing opposite elbow. Inhale, extend to one side. Exhale and hold. And inhale up and over to the other side. And again, your legs can be extended, or you can have your feet down. Sometimes this is more stable if you feel like you're rocking. But you move on your inhale. You hold on your exhale. And really trying to keep the neck out of it, right? Just keeping the movement in the shoulders. And try to remember which side you started on so you can finish on the opposite. And I guess I should say we change hands at some point in there. So just swap your hands out. Try to get that about the midway. Doesn't always work out like that. And you can take the kind of hand and pull on the straighter arm if that's okay for your shoulder. Right? So I'm tugging on this top arm here. Then I'm going to release that, come back up and over to the other side. And same, I'm going to pull on the top arm only if your shoulder's okay, right? If you have lots of rotator cuff stuff or shoulder issues, you might want to forego that or just at least be very gentle and releasing back to the floor. And again, breathing here, maybe some tingling in the shoulders, the chest. Call this the eyes of the chest, these little pits right here, kind of these caves right here, a little concave part of the shoulder chest. All right, so that's a quick SATYA practice, and we do plenty more than that in class. But when you're ready, rise up, come on up, and I'm going to clear my blanket out of the way, and then I'm going to do a few other things, and I'll probably break this into several videos. So you choose what you'd like to do. Okay, folding up my blanket nice and neatly, especially when you're in class. Nice folded blankets are very much appreciated. And just set that aside. Okay, so next video, we'll start to come up off the floor.